So I've been using my A5 to go shopping because it's a little small dinky bike, so it's very convenient. And then I use the pedal for a longer distance. And it just means that having those two bikes, it means that I don't have to keep topping up the pedal. Do you see what I mean? But there is a problem. I'm finding, and I know I'm not the only one because I've researched, that the A5, the DYU A5, and I'm going to say allegedly, because it's just my experience and a few other people's experience that I've read on the internet, may have a weight issue. And what I mean by that is, right, it says that the bike can hold 120 kg, but practically all of the weight is on the back or end of the bike, and that includes the battery weight. So most of the weight is being held on that back tyre, that 14-inch back tyre. And the original tyre was a 55 kg tyre, and when I took it to test, they said that it's not going to hold the weight, it's not going to be enough to hold the weight. You need something over 70 kg, right? So I changed the tyre to get it through the test to a tyre that didn't say 70 kg, didn't say 55 kg on it. And basically, to be fair, it could have been any weight on that tyre. The examiner said, as long as it doesn't say a smaller weight than it should be, then you're all right. So I've gone and got this tyre now, and I've had nothing but punctures. It can't hold the weight, and I started thinking that maybe it's because the tyre is less quality than the original tyre. But when I went and researched on the internet, it seems like that same tyre, the CST, people have had issues with this on this particular bike as well, with punctures. And it seems like, and I'm just going to say allegedly, because I can't say, oh, it's definitely true. Allegedly, the tyre, the weight ratio on the bike, it struggles to hold the weight, and so therefore you keep getting punctures on the back tyre, right? So now my bike has been out of action for God knows how long, and I'm going to have to find a heavy duty tyre that's got a higher PSI than the 40 PSI that I think this tyre has, and the original tyre I think is 35 to 45 or something like that. So that's put me in a bit of a bind, because when I'm going online, I'm looking for a 14-inch tyre heavy duty. They're all different sizes, and the amount of money is like 46. Hang on. You're looking at like 46 quid, 60 quid for this heavy duty 14-inch tyre. Then I've got to think about tubeless, and I'm thinking, how can I put a tubeless tyre on it? I can't see how I can blow it up. So I've started to think that I might have to sell the DYU A5 to somebody that isn't as heavy as me, or that doesn't want to use it for shopping and wants to use it just to go to work or something like that, you know. Because I think it'll be fine for someone that's not like 70. At the moment I'm 71 kg, right? I think it'll be fine for somebody that's 50 kg. Do you know what I mean? So now I'm thinking I might have to sell the bike after all that grief that I went through to get it legal on the road. I might have to end up selling it, and I'll keep you posted. I'll let you know what's going on with that. But you know, this is the reason why sometimes when you're doing reviews of a particular product, sometimes it's better to wait some months or weeks or whatever it is to see what it's really like, because when you just take it out of the box and review it, you don't get the full everything about it, you know what I mean? And I've got a feeling, because I bought the bike second hand, I have a feeling based on what the wheel looks like, that the guy that had it before me probably had the same issue, which is the reason why he sold it. But he didn't tell me, obviously, do you know what I mean? So I don't know if anybody else has got a DYU A5 in the comments that have had similar experiences with this weight issue and getting flats on the back. If you have, let us all know, do you know what I mean? Because it helps, you know what I mean? It helps the manufacturer improve the bike, firstly, but also it stops people from wasting their money. Do you know what I mean? Because I feel like to be fair, I may have wasted my money with that DYU A5. Unfortunately, because I really like the bike. It's a really good bike. In every other way, it's a really nice bike to ride. It's nice and nippy, you know? So that's the update with the DYU A5. I'm not happy. It's out of action. Right, let me just go around this roundabout. Stay on the right hand side. And then if you can, just give a little indicator left with your arm. So let the pedestrian know that you're going to be going left. So far, I haven't had any issues. I don't want to jinx it, but I haven't had any issues with the pedal at all. For starters, I think that the tyres, 20-inch tyres, and they're thinner. So what I've read is that if you've got a thinner tyre, right, you can have a higher PSI. So it makes the tyre tougher and easier to take heavy duty weight than a smaller tyre. Do you know, I'm not even joking, right? But I honestly think with the pedal, and I'm not really somebody that likes to boost products up unless I'm absolutely sure about it. Do you know what I mean? It's not easy for me to boost a product. But with the pedal, I think they've really got a really good all-round bike. The only thing I would say about the pedal, right, is the battery doesn't last as long as you'd want. Now, I'm really thinking about how can I get a second battery so I don't have this sort of battery you know, scare, because unfortunately they don't have like little places on the road where you can charge your battery up, so you have to carry a battery with you, you know what I mean? But apart from that, right, and little things like it can feel a bit hard over bumps because there's no suspension on the City. I think they've added suspension on the City too. So apart from the fact there's no suspension, you know, it can be a bit hard. The actual bike itself is pretty an all-round bike, you know. I'm actually liking it more and more. Because it's not, you know, like all these fancy big fat tyre ones, right? I've seen a couple of people with flats coming back with them as well, you know what I mean? And the thing is, right, sometimes you might think, oh, it's just a flat tyre. But the thing is, if you keep getting a flat tyre, right, it makes you lose confidence with the bike, you know what I mean? Your confidence disappears with the bike. And that's how I feel about my A5. Until I can get a tyre that I know isn't going to keep going down, I just don't have no confidence with it. You want confidence with a bike that you know you can take out and it's not going to just get a flap just randomly like that. So to this day, yeah, I'm really pleased I bought this bike because it's backing me up when it comes to me having all the problems that I've had with my DYU. The one that I've got is the Pedable City. It's the Mark 1, not the Mark 2. The other thing obviously is expensive, do you know what I mean? That's the other thing about it. They're expensive bikes and that is a bit off-putting, do you know what I mean? There's no way that I could have got a new one, no chance.